Hi, this is Carson Day with Dave Smith Instruments at 2014 Nashville NAMM, and today we'll be doing a brief overview of our newest instrument, the Pro 2. It is much more than just a single voice of the Prophet 12, so let's hop right in. Starting at the beginning of our signal path, we have the same oscillators as in the Prophet 12 with the added super waves. Basically, we have a bunch of wavetables in here that are now can be super modulated. Following that, we have our character section, which is also on the Prophet 12. And this is where we really get into the newest part of the Pro 12, or the Pro 2. We have a new low-pass and state variable filter. Filter 1 is inspired by the original Prophet 5 filter, and Filter 2 is inspired by the SEM state variable filter. The filters can be arranged in serial or parallel, and can be used independently or in conjunction. The oscillators can also be split between the filters, so oscillators 1 and 2 can travel through Filter 1 and 3 and 4 through Filter 2. The filters both have dedicated envelopes with positive and negative amounts, and then following the filters we have our analog VCA output with a tuned feedback which was taken from the Evolver line of synthesizers, which was also added onto the Prophet 12 and made it on its way here. So we also have 2 auxiliary envelopes that can be assigned to any of the, I think, over 150 modulation destinations. We have 4 LFOs, which are slewable and syncable. And then we also have 4-tap delay that's available on the Prophet 12, except that the 4th tap is a modeled BBD delay. And that sounds really good. We'll give you those classic Bucket Brigade kind of pitchy, washy sounds. Let's hear some things. Okay. So here's just a nice big bass patch. Why so quiet? So that's Filter 1. We'll do Filter 2 here. So they both have a very unique character and they're very, very, very powerful. Another great thing we've added to this is the ability to play a 4-part paraphonic mode. So basically, you get to trigger each of the oscillators with their own independent envelope. Let me go to one of those patches here. And and then, last but not least, we've added a very, very sophisticated sequencer, which is as easy as entering notes. You just turn the sequencer on, press record. Press play. Oh, let me set that up so it's actually playing here. You can easily turn notes on and off, or tie them. And then you can record any of the parameter data directly over by holding record and changing a knob. So it's very easy and intuitive sequencer to operate. And another great thing we've added to this is CV in and out capability, as well as 2 MIDI outputs. And the CV in and CV outs are addressable in the modulation matrix. The CV outputs and the MIDI outputs can also be addressed on a sequencer output. So I'll just scroll over here to a CV output. And if we were playing a sequence, I could easily send a CV signal to the output, then assign another track to the MIDI output and record that note data in. And I could also input that note data from the keyboard. So you can just sequence multiple destinations. You can sequence your modular gear, you can sequence external MIDI gear, as well as the internal voice. It's an incredibly powerful, strong, beautiful synthesizer. We're really happy to bring it to you. Should be shipping the end of this month or early August with a map of $19.99. Additionally, we've just announced our first foray into the Euro rack module world, the DSM01Curtis Filter. And that should be hitting stores around August with a map of 179.